Hi everyone, my name's Alan Salt. It's my privilege to be head teacher here at Quebec, and I'm here to talk to you on this short message and give you a presentation about what it is that makes our school so special. Now, this is a presentation that I did last night at Open Evening. We had a fantastic event, loads of you came along, but we're recording this presentation because we're aware that not everyone could make it last night. And also we've got open mornings this week and next week. But the focus of those open mornings is to tour around the school, have an informal catch up with myself and other senior colleagues here at the school. So you won't get a chance in the open morning, if you missed it on the open evening, to have that presentation about what it is that really, really makes us special as a school. So that's what I'm going to talk to you in this message about. It's always a privilege and a pleasure to talk about what makes Quebec special. But we always say, we know that this choice that you're making around secondary schools is a huge choice. It's a little bit like buying a house at times. So we recognise and know that many of you will want to come back and see us and ask questions and have that dialogue about the things that matter particularly to you. So we're starting off here with my contact details, and we'd always say to any prospective parents that want to join Quebec, please get in contact. Whatever question you've got, whether you think it's really important or really trivial, it doesn't matter. It's important to you, so do let us know what your questions and queries are. And by the time some of you watch this, we might have met in person, we might have come around the school, but as I say, we want that dialogue to continue. We want you to reach out to us so that we can, show you our passion for what it is that we do here. So some key people, there's some contact details there. And as we go through, you're just going to see, there you go, there's me. It's my job as head teacher here, as I say, absolute privilege. Kirsty Matthews is a really key person to get to know at the college. Kirsty's deputy principal here. She looks after, amongst many other things, all our pastoral care and systems and safeguarding. We've got Ben Cotton, who's an assistant principal. He oversees our quality of teaching and learning. He's also an outstanding geography teacher, really passionate about geography. Faye Crellin has done so much work around these open evening events, another one of our assistant principals. When she's not doing that, she very importantly is our SENDCO, Special Educational Needs coordinator, and looks after attendance. So she's a great person to get in touch with if you've got a particular query about SEND. And then we've got Anne Law, another assistant principal. Anne has a particular focus on the curriculum, what we actually teach, as well as having a real focus on pupil premium students. She's also an exceptional foreign languages teacher in Spanish and French. Okay, so that's our senior team. You meet a lot more people when you come and visit us. But there's some key people there who will be able to help answer some of the questions you might have as you go through the process. And all of our email addresses are available there on the website. I'll share mine again with you at the end of the presentation. They all follow the same pattern, so we're really easy to get in touch with. Always, when we're talking to prospective parents, to students, we always start with our principles and what it is we actually stand for as a college. And these have been set in stone for the last 7 or 8 years, and they really do underpin and inform all the decisions and the approaches that we take. So they're really important to understand. So you've got there from the top left corner that understanding that we have that our students need to feel that they belong here, because if they feel that, they're going to grow and they're going to achieve in their time at Quebec. We always accept that students are young people that are going to make some mistakes. Mistakes are actually a really great opportunity for learning. We believe in educating the whole child. So yes, we're absolutely passionate about really, really high standards of academic achievement, but we know that education is more than that. It's also about personal development, about character, about habits of learning, about all the other things that go alongside just those academic grades. And we also know it's a shared responsibility. So it's a shared responsibility between us as staff across our different faculties, our different roles, but with you as parents and carers and families, with our community, and of course with those young people ourselves. Okay, so 2-3 years ago, we tried, with the governing body and this group of staff, we tried to come up with, that one sentence that really encapsulates and adds up to what Quebec is about. And the sentence is there for you. So I'm going to focus on those four key parts of the sentence. The fact that we're a comprehensive college, the fact that we're inclusive, the fact that we're kind, and the fact that we're committed to the best. Because again, those really will help show you what it is about this college that's different and what makes us special. So I'm going to start off with that word, comprehensive. And it's a word we're really fiercely proud of. We are unashamedly comprehensive at Kevic. It's something that we see as an absolute strength of our school. Comprehensive for us means that we accept everybody that comes through our door. We don't have any selection. We don't really care what your prior academic record was like. We don't care whether you come from a big primary school or a small primary school. We don't care what your additional needs might be. We don't care what kind of person you are. Our job as a comprehensive school is to be open to everyone. And our job is to get every single person that level of progress to build on where they started with us. So how do we know that we've done our job well? When you leave us, whether it's at the end of year 11 or the end of year 13, we wanted to have added value. We want to have added to where you started. So what does that mean in a bit more detail, being comprehensive? Well, here are year 13s leaving us in the summer, getting their results. Obviously, a very strange year this year. They didn't sit formal exams, but they did tons and tons of assessments. Here are year 11s leaving us, getting the results 2 days later. Again, no formal exams, but boy, did those guys work hard. Now, when we get to results, we are absolutely passionate about academic outcomes. So we absolutely celebrate and shout to the rooftops about those students who at A-level get A stars and distinction stars, and they go off to Oxford University or Cambridge or go into medicine, all of those types of things. We absolutely love that. And we love our GCSE students who get those grade 9s, the kind of new AA star which was brought in 3 years ago, and grade 8s. We absolutely just are so happy about those achievements. However, we're also equally passionate about students who make progress and maybe come out at GCSE with a grade 4 or grade 3 in a subject, or a grade 5 or a grade 2, or come out at A-level with a grade D, if that is the right progress that they should have made. Because everyone comes from different starting points. So if you've seen our student video, one of our year 10s described it about, it's not about the constant pressure to get the highest grades. It's the constant expectation to just work as hard as you can. And whatever good progress is for you, we will get you there. And that's our job as teachers. It's a challenging job in a comprehensive school, but it's one that we rise to because we really firmly believe there's something special about being able to cater for all these different types of learners and all these different types of young people. What else does comprehensive school mean? Well, we know that we live in an era of league tables. We want our performance at Kevic to be brilliant and to be adding that value to students, and we can see evidence of that happening. If you go onto Schools Compare, you can compare schools in different areas around the country. So this is a list of schools within a 10-mile radius of Kevic. I've taken the names of the schools off, but I'll tell you now, the maintained school up there is Kevic. And this is the last set of exam results before coronavirus in 2019. And we were really pleased with that because it showed on the value-added progress measure that our A-level students, this is our A-level results, on average got a quarter of a grade higher than you would have expected them given their prior attainment. And this is a list that includes all types of schools. It includes 3 selected schools, grammar schools. And it really buoys us because it shows that education that we believe in is working. We're never satisfied with our results. We want the absolute best for every student. But it's really important to understand that in a comprehensive setting, students achieve the highest possible grades, and students achieve grades that show the best possible progress, regardless of their starting points. And we're really proud of that here at Kevic. It's a really important part of who we are. What else has been comprehensive about? Well, because we take all types of students, we want to make sure that our curriculum, what we actually teach people, is really broad and balanced. So we've made a really conscious effort over the last 3 or 4 years to keep our subjects and keep our curriculum as broad and balanced as possible, because that's the real gold standard of learning. Because for some students, everyone has their passion. Some students will excel in art, some students will excel in music or history or English. We need to keep it broad and balanced because it's good for young people to experience all those different subjects. And it's an intrinsic part of education. It's a part of being in a comprehensive school. So we have worked really, really passionately to keep our options open and to make sure that subjects which perhaps in some other schools have gone to, have been abandoned or haven't had that high profile, still have that high profile at Quebec. So when we look at that in detail, yes, we've got a really strong core offer in maths, and this is some of our maths lessons last week when we do our lesson visits in year 9 and year 13, some exceptional work there. In English, this was year 8 English last week, again, just brilliant learning to see, and in science. So, our core curriculum is obviously really important, and all students will study English, maths, and science as you'd expect, all the way up until year 11. It's a massive part of what we do, and we're passionate about that. And then we'll add in the other subjects. So we have modern foreign languages, absolutely exceptional faculty. They work really hard to get the students the best possible academic standards, and they've got a fantastic enrichment program. Here are some of our year 7s last week. I think they're building the Eiffel Tower out of spaghetti and marshmallows as part of the European Languages Day competition. But their academic learning in those lessons is just phenomenal as well. We offer French and Spanish as our modern foreign languages. We've got an amazing humanities faculty. I'm actually really privileged to be a member of that. I teach history in the humanities faculty. Here's some geography work from last week. We've also got obviously religion, philosophy and ethics, which is such an important subject with great academic outcomes in that faculty. So we've got modern foreign languages, we've got humanities in there. As you know, we have PE in there as well. So all students will study PE all the way up until year 11. They'll have the option to do it at GCSE as well. I love this photo. This was, I think, literally like the last couple of days before Christmas last year, after that really terrible long autumn term. The weather had been appalling, and our year 7s, this is current year 8s they are now, were out and absolutely loving their last rugby lesson. It epitomises what sport at Quebec is about. But we also have, of course, that wider variety of subjects, and you can't walk into this building or know our reputation without understanding how well we do art and design. Tim White and Nick Rangecroft have got a fantastic faculty there, and that's proven by the numbers of students who choose to do GCSE art and GCSE photography. And of course, all students, when you come to us in year 7, year 8 and year 9, you will do art. It's a fantastic part of our DNA. It's such an important subject for us in that broad and balanced curriculum. And the work that we see from our young artists and photographers as they go through school is just absolutely incredible. Design technology, which is product design and food technology and textiles for us, is really, really important. Again, there's a really strong link at Quebec between product design in particular and art and design. Dave Irish has got a really well-established faculty there, some great equipment and 3D printers that we're really fortunate to have. But again, that's a massively important part of our curriculum, and all students will study that up until the end of year 9. And, we couldn't talk about Quebec, we couldn't talk about this without talking about the performing arts. And at Quebec, that covers dance, which you can see here. This is our Sprung Dance Festival, which we were so glad to be able to run in the summer term, but also drama and also music. And all 3 of those subjects are taught in year 7 and year 8 and year 9. Students have the option then to take them forward at GCSE, but they're such an important part of what we do. And again, all of those subjects together, making up that broad and balanced curriculum, is an important part for us of being a comprehensive college. Keeping all of those subjects going, making sure that actually everyone can find their passion within those subjects is just absolutely key to us. So we talk about being inclusive. We talk about being comprehensive. The second one is being an inclusive school. And that again is a word that we talk about a lot at Quebec. It ties in so well with being a comprehensive school. It's something that we're incredibly passionate about. And it really speaks to this principle here about wanting our students to feel that they belong with us. If they feel that they belong in the college, then they're going to do better. So we try and find the things that will engage different individuals, because everyone is really, really different. So a couple of things to be aware of. This is last year's year 7, okay? 149 students. And the red dots show where they came to us from, their primary schools. And there's a lot of them. I'm doing a lot of clicking on my PowerPoint at the moment because there's 38 different schools that made up last year's Year 7. That's our current Year 7s at middle school now. So they come from those 38 different areas. So again, as an inclusive school, we're really used to taking students from big schools who come in big cohorts from the Grove or Dartington or Tutler St John's. And we're used to taking people from very small single form entry rural schools out in Landscope or out in Dipford. We're also really used to taking people from big urban areas like Torbay and Paignton. Lots of students come from there to us, from market towns like Totnes or Buckfast or Ashburton, and from little villages. And it's part of what makes us special. We have to be deliberately inclusive because our students come from so far and wide and so many different backgrounds. So that for us, again, is a real strength. What we often talk about with our Year 7s, what we often notice with our Year 7s, is students from those 3 schools in Totnes might come as a group of 20 or 25 into the school, but they suddenly start mixing with all those students who come in 1s and 2s from different schools. So we're a really great place to come to if you come from a school with other people, because you're going to meet lots and lots of others. We're also a great place if you come to a primary school where you might just be the only 1 or 2 people that come to us, because there are lots of other people in the same boat. And as a staff, we're really aware of that and very deliberate to try and include people as much as possible. We are absolutely passionate about all our learners, and we're passionate about special educational needs. They are really, really important to us. This is what Ofsted said the last time they came to us in June, a couple of summers ago. And you will find when you speak to myself, and you speak to Faye as a Senko, and you speak to our heads of faculty or our teachers, we will do what it takes to make sure our teaching is good enough so that every student can make that progress, so that every student feels included. It's absolutely passionate to us. So if you've got a young person with special educational needs, or if you've got a young person that you think might have special educational needs, be assured it's something that we welcome, it's something that we want to include in our school, and it's something we have the expertise to try and help you to support them and you with. So please do come and talk to us. We're aware, particularly parents and carers of young people with SEND will have specialist questions or might have some additional anxieties or worries or concerns. Please make sure you talk to us at the earliest opportunity, and we'll show you our passion around that particular area. So we talked about the curriculum, about being comprehensive, about being inclusive. And another important part of being inclusive is what happens outside of the taught lessons, because school is not just about those 5 lessons a day, 25 lessons a week. We have an absolute passion for enrichment here, and that means our break time, lunchtime, and after school clubs. And I'm really, really, really privileged to work with a group of colleagues, teaching and non-teaching, who go that extra mile to put on stuff and arrange stuff that enriches our students' everyday lives. These are our Year 7s a couple of weeks ago going to our enrichment fair here in the theatre, surrounded by all the different clubs, finding out what it is that we put on and getting an opportunity to sign up and get onto the Kevic of enrichment, because it's so important to us that they have that opportunity. And just last week, in really great weather, thankfully, we had our postponed music festival Duality. We had 100 people sat outside on the lawn in the sunshine listening to live music, which has come from our enrichment program. And that's one example of so many of the good things that happen with enrichment with us. We're also massively keen to take people out and about now. Obviously, during the pandemic, this was curtailed, we couldn't do it, and we're starting this up again. We have a great program of trips and visits. The Year 10 geographers up in Bristol, whether it's going to see Death of the Salesman for our A-level English, drama, Shakespeare Schools Festival for drama, or even just going on surfing residential. We've got staff who are passionate and understand the importance of getting students out and enriching their learning in that way. But being an inclusive school also means understanding that not everybody has the same starting point. So we're really lucky in terms of enrichment and in terms of extracurricular visits to be supported by these guys, the Foundation Governors. This is from our college website. They're a charity that supports the college. And through their real generosity, we're able to say to any young person that's in receipt of free school meals, we'll meet 50% of the cost of any visit, whether it's residential or not, that you want to undertake during your time at Kevic. They also have a system where you can apply for individual grants, usually in the region of £500 to £600. If you've got an individual passion that you want to follow, a piece of equipment that you might need, sporting or music or something like that, the Foundation Governors will hear your case and they'll they'll make grants every year to students to enable them to access that enriched curriculum. So we're really mindful that to offer that, we've got to facilitate everybody doing it. You can find more details out about them on the website, but we're really lucky to be supported by them. Okay, comprehensive, inclusive, and the third one is kind. Now, look, being kind to people is obviously a fantastic thing in itself. It's a really important thing in life, but it's also incredibly and deliberately important for us in the school. Because if we're kind to each other and if we're approachable to people, we will make sure that the inevitable problems and concerns that come up during secondary education can be nipped in the bud and addressed really quickly. And we can create an environment where actually our learners are relaxed and safe and confident and able to do well. So it's a really integrally important part of running our school effectively, as well as just a brilliant thing to do. We always talk to our students about these three things. We talk to them about being ready, about being respectful, and being safe. And students here at Quebec will be able to talk to you about what that means in our context and what that means in terms of how we treat each other. How else are we able to be kind? Well, I love this photo. This is last year's Year 11. We left this in the summer. And we couldn't do our usual leavers photo out. We usually have a big stage out by the willow tree and it's in the sunshine. But because we had to do it in March, we'd just come back from the lockdown. We literally had to get everyone in the theatre really quickly and get a picture and then rush everyone out again and socially distance. So we had this picture, but why do I include this? Well, it's because it shows you, it gives an idea of the size of our year groups. There's 145 people in this picture, and our year groups are around 145, the biggest is 150. Now, what's important about that for us is it's a number that enables us to be kind. It's a number that enables us to give you that broadened curriculum, but it also means that we can know people individually, and we can know people by name, and people can feel that belonging and being appreciated for who they are. So it's a really great number for us as a school, and we're really pleased we've got that number solidly for all the year groups. It helps us be kind every day. These guys are incredible in terms of that kindness. The Alison, Mike, Sally, and Nicola here are our non-teaching heads of house. So they head up the pastoral care with a great team of form tutors, each of them, and they are on hand throughout the day. The reason there's non-teachers, the reason we have them as non-teachers, is because we know teaching staff are often busy teaching throughout the day, and they don't always have the time they'd like to give to concerns that young people might have. But by having Alison, Sally, Nicola, and Mike on hand, we can really give that wraparound pastoral care. We keep our tutor groups relatively small, so they're in year groups, so year 7, year 8, year 9, etc. And our typical tutor group size is about 18 students. And again, that's a deliberate effort so that our tutors can get to know their tutees really well and just be able to show that kindness to them. That high level of pastoral support and making sure that everyone, if they've got problems at any time, can get them addressed is massively important. It's been a huge focus of ours over the last 2 years. We've got a real focus on student wellbeing. We're really lucky, as this tweet shows, to be able to run a peer mentoring program in mental health called Natural Helpers. It's an idea that we've brought in from New Mexico and the States. We've got external funding through Caring Towns Totnes to enable that to happen, and we are training our young people to be nominated peer mental health ambassadors for each other. It's an absolutely exceptional program. But alongside that, you'll see a fantastic school counselling service headed up by Helen Fraser. You'll see well-being mentors such as Kathy Rabler working one-to-one in the school, and John Gale doing great mentoring with our young people. So what we aim to do is that actually, if you do need help in that way, and maybe you can't access services outside the school, we are trying to fill that gap. We're trying to make sure that all of our young people feel comfortable and are able to come into the college, feel safe and learn. So it's a great area of focus for us around young people's mental health, around counselling, and it's something I'm really pleased that we've got an excellent provision around. And I love this picture. It could have been taken this week. It wasn't actually. It was just another rainy Devon day. There's a lot of them. But if you drive up and down Ashburton Road, you will know that you'll see, this is Ben Cotton, assistant head. You'll see Ben, myself, Kirsty, Faye, and heads of house out on the gate, on the road, in all manners of weather, saying hello to the students as they come in the morning, saying goodbye to them at the end of the day. And if you're around the school, you'll see that. You'll see it's at break, you'll see it's at lunchtime, at lesson changeover, in the canteen. And that again is deliberate. That's part of making sure that we're approachable. It's part of us checking in on people and making sure that people are comfortable in the school. It's a really integral part of our DNA. And it's about being kind and being deliberately kind because we want everyone to feel safe, because being safe is a great thing in itself and it also will help you learn. So kindness is really key to us. And finally, I've talked about being comprehensive, being inclusive, being kind, and now being committed to the absolute best. And look, we are absolutely passionate about this. I've been in education 22 years. I've got colleagues here in their first year in teaching. And one thing we all share is that no matter how long you've been in this job or how short you've been in this job, you get the chance to improve every single day. Not because you're not good enough, but because everyone can get better. And that's something that really, again, runs through us as a college. So we're very pleased that Ofsted gave us that good Ofsted report 2 years ago, but we don't do what we do because of Ofsted. We're very pleased about that recognition, but we are driven by wanting to be the absolute best, okay? We have that, as you can see in the Ofsted report, that real relentless pursuit of better outcomes and better, the best possible education for our young people. But that would happen regardless of not of whether we were being inspected or Ofsted even existed, because we want to get better all the time. We're very good at taking on new things. Obviously, over the last year, that's been quite a lot, like remote learning for a start. We picked up very quickly on online subject evenings, and we've actually carried that on this year. It's working really well. It's been great for me personally over the last 18 months to be able to every 3 weeks have an online Q&A with parents and carers. You can drop in and ask me a question that might be about the canteen lunch queue or what's on the menu, all the way up to what we teach about A-level sociology. And if I can't answer it, I'll find someone who can. And that's really important for us because it gives us that feedback from a parental and carer point of view, what's working, what isn't. And we've got a great system of class charts where you can track your young person's progress, how well they're doing in classes, and they can see for themselves, and we can message each other as teachers. So we're innovative. We like to take on new ideas. There's 3 things there that have come through over the last 12 months or so. We're also really passionate about getting better. So something that we do every 3 weeks, we did it last week, we'll be doing it in a fortnight's time, is we visit every single teacher in the school. That includes myself as a teacher. I get visited. Why do we visit each other's classes? Because we want to see great practice, we want to pick up ideas, we want to give feedback, and we all start from that understanding that we can all get better at our jobs. And when we visit each other's classrooms, we then publish what we've seen to each other as teachers. Here's some examples of great assessment work in modern foreign languages, so that actually we can see and we can build that understanding of, oh yeah, there's a great idea, or that's a great standard. I want to be able to do that with my lesson next time. And then obviously we then go and train each other. We're really committed here to professional development for our teaching staff and our teaching staff so that we can just get better at our role all the time. And that is part of the commitment that we have and that we hold as a college to continually improve. We are not going to stand still where we are. We're not satisfied with where we are, and we probably won't ever be satisfied, because why would you? We want the absolute best for your children, your young people, when they're with us. And that extends to when they leave us. So, okay, you might leave us at the end of year 11, year 13, but we want you to go on and be successful. We have a wide range of visits: Falmouth University, Oxford University, Cardiff Metropolitan University, Southampton University. And we really encourage, if university is your thing, if that's where you want to go, we will support you every step of the way, right from the early days of raising your aspirations all the way through to getting those A-level results and getting there. And again, I've just mentioned here, we're again very fortunate to have another charity that only supports Quebec called the Mary Liston Trust. And every year we grant students who would struggle with the cost of university, £15,000, £5,000 a year for a 3-year degree course, to help them access university, to help them follow that dream. Because again, that's a really important part of us being an inclusive and comprehensive college. And again, commitment to the best goes beyond what we do as people and our relationships with young people and our expectations for them. It's also our expectations physically for the school. A lot of you will have seen that over the summer we had a consultation. The details of this are still up on the website, so you'll be able to go and read that consultation paper. But really, what that is in a nutshell is raising a sum £7 million or more that we can invest back in our physical facilities and buildings. We know when people come to our school, they absolutely love what we do. They love the people here. They love the students and the staff, the relationships, the expectations we have. And we want our facilities to be up to that standard as well. So over the next coming years, we're going to remodel the school site so that we have all of our facilities here on Redworth. It's a massively spacious site, and we've worked out that we can build some fantastic new facilities on there. That will include a brand new sixth form centre. It will include great outdoor recreation areas. It will include a brand new and additional and extra all-weather pitch on this side of the road, as well as a significant investment in refurbishing and having new and refurbished classrooms. So that's a huge project for us. It's going to start to be being delivered in 2023, and it's going to be finished in 2024. If you're a year 6, that could be the start of your year 9, and your year 5, it could be the start of your year 8. But it's a measure of how committed we are going forward to make this school the absolute best, not just for the students that are here now, the students that are coming to us, and the students that will come to us in the future. And we've got a track record of improvements. We managed to have £1 million invested in our science facilities 2 to 3 years ago, including some lovely new toilet blocks. We're really welcome to see those. And also, we're going to do this improvement without losing, again, that bit of the Kevic DNA. We've got a lovely open site. This is the Redworth playing field. That's going to remain the centre of our site. We've got that open space and that lovely countryside feel, and we're going to match it with some brilliant facilities alongside it that you'll see, as I say, coming on stream in 2023 and 2024. So I've spoken to you there. I hope you've got a flavour of the passion that we have for this school. It's such a great place to work. I'm so privileged to lead the school. The colleagues I work with are fantastic. As I say, it's about being a great comprehensive school. It's about being inclusive. It's about being guided. It's about being committed to the best. We've got these open mornings here, so you've got a chance to come and see us. If you can't make it to an open morning, don't worry. Just call us up at another time and say, I want to come and visit, and we will be proud to show you around our school. And as I said, if you've got questions for us, our email addresses all follow the same. So A Salt for me, K Matthews for Kirsty, B Cotton for Ben, etc., etc. They're all on the website as well. And we really look forward to having that dialogue, to having your questions, and again, showing you what it is that's absolutely special about us as a school. So I hope you've enjoyed that presentation. It's slightly odd being sat in my office on a Wednesday evening doing it. It wasn't the same as doing it in front of you in an open evening, but I hope you've got an idea of that passion that we hold for the school. Come and see us, ask us lots of questions, and I really look forward to welcoming you into Kevic in the future. Okay, thank you very much, guys.